Hey, it's Professor Grabowski here. I know you're probably eager to jump in and purchase your first Bitcoin so you can start making money. But before we get into investing, it's important for you to understand the fundamentals behind cryptocurrency, namely its blockchain technology. Think back to the last time you bought a brand name item, such as a handbag or a luxury watch. Or suppose you wanted to purchase a rare, expensive item, like an antique or a baseball card. How could you tell that it was genuine and not counterfeit or stolen? Having accurate records and a way to verify the authenticity of things we buy is essential. It requires reliable systems that are trustworthy and tamper-proof. But in a world of fake news, of internet scams, and of hackers, how can we trust the information we receive? The solution is in a technology known as blockchain, which can provide a single source of truth that's verifiable, secure, and immutable. Blockchain is basically a ledger, or collection of records. Ledgers are nothing new. They've been used in double-entry bookkeeping for hundreds of years. But blockchain offers an innovative upgrade. A crowd oversees and maintains records across a wide network of computers, rather than relying on a single entity, like a bank or government, which typically hosts data on a particular server. Because no individual controls blockchain records, they can't be as easily changed and are therefore more secure. As records are added, they are grouped in a block that shows the chain of custody by linking them all the way back to their origin, hence the term blockchain. Blockchain utilizes military-grade cryptography to ensure records are permanent and can't be changed. Blockchain is the technology behind cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, which is the first and best known use case of blockchain. Cryptocurrency is a type of digital asset that can be bought, sold, or transferred between parties over the internet. Because of this, it's used to store value, much like gold, real estate, and other types of traditional investments. As with other investments, its value is determined by the market, how much people are willing to pay for it. Cryptocurrency also serves as a form of digital currency that can be used to purchase products and services and to make payments to others over the internet. However, it differs from traditional currency in many ways. Unlike US dollars and euros, which can also be used electronically, there are no physical coins or paper bills for cryptocurrency. In addition, unlike traditional money, cryptocurrencies are decentralized. When you send cryptocurrency to someone or use it to buy something, you don't need to use a bank, credit card, or any other third-party intermediary to coordinate that transaction. The transaction goes directly from you to the other person and arrives securely and almost instantly, all without any middleman involved. Transferring things online from one person directly to another is nothing new. Email and instant messaging, for example, are examples of peer-to-peer communication. You can send documents, photos, and other types of files easily and instantly over the web. However, whenever you want to send money over the internet, you need to enlist the services of a third party such as a bank, a credit card, or PayPal to ensure that transfer took place. You can't simply just attach money to an email and send it to someone, like you would a photo. Otherwise, anyone could just make a copy of that money, as they can with photos and documents. And if digital money can be copied, it becomes worthless. There would be nothing to prevent copying it many times over and sharing it with multiple people. This issue is what's known as the double spend problem, and it's why we currently have a need for banks and other money transfer services to serve as middlemen in online transactions. Cryptocurrency offers a solution to this problem through a special type of transparent, decentralized ledger technology known as blockchain. Cryptocurrency is encrypted in a way that prevents it from being copied. Every transaction involving the cryptocurrency is recorded onto a publicly viewable database, the blockchain. The transfer of cryptocurrency from one person to another is confirmed by a global network of computers that verify both that a person actually has ownership of the cryptocurrency that they claim they do, and that they haven't already spent it in a different transaction. So instead of having a centralized database in which transactions are certified by a third party, such as a bank, cryptocurrency uses blockchain technology to securely verify, confirm, and record each transaction. Because the data is stored in a fully decentralized manner across a global network of computers, instead of a centralized database, there is no single point of failure. This makes blockchain records more secure than banks and less vulnerable to fraud, tampering, or a system-wide crash. And best of all, with a decentralized blockchain, there's no middleman needed to arbitrate the transaction, dictate terms, and take a big cut along the way. Unlike banks, which typically operate 9 to 5, charge fees for transactions, limit how much money you can withdraw from an ATM or wire to someone, and sometimes take days to process deposits, cryptocurrency allows you to send and receive an unlimited amount 24/7 anywhere in the world at no cost. You may wonder, how is this possible? How can you make transactions without an overarching system pulling the strings? In cryptocurrency, the traditional mediators who manage transactions, like banks do, are replaced by a network of computers owned by various people all over the world. These computers use their processing power to verify, confirm, and approve transactions. They're incentivized with cryptocurrency rewards to help manage the blockchain. Although Bitcoin and alternative cryptocurrencies all utilize blockchain technology, they do so in differing ways. The most common methods are known as proof of work and proof of stake. Bitcoin uses a proof of work, or POW system, to process transactions. The system software is free to download and anyone can run it. It's what's known as a permissionless blockchain. However, it requires technical expertise, specialized hardware, and lots of electricity. Those who run Bitcoin software, known as miners, use their computers, known as rigs, to solve encrypted puzzles that verify the accuracy of the transactions. This encryption technology, known as SHA-256, was developed by the NSA. The first miner to solve these puzzles receives some of the currency, also known as a block reward. In Bitcoin, currently a new block challenge occurs every 10 minutes, and the winner receives 12.5 Bitcoins. Once the problem is solved, the transactions are grouped into a block of data that is added to the blockchain. The new block is publicly viewable and links all the way back to the initial transaction on the blockchain, known as the Genesis block. Copies of the ever-growing blockchain are stored on another set of computers, known as nodes, which are voluntarily operated. Because nodes, unlike miners, receive no compensation, they are typically operated by people who are invested in Bitcoin and therefore want to see it succeed. In fact, in order to be a miner, a person must also run a node or be part of a mining group that operates a node. Having thousands of mining computers around the world compete against each other to solve the same problem for a winner-takes-all prize can be inefficient, however. Bitcoin is often criticized by environmentalists for all the energy it wastes. Consequently, many newer cryptocurrencies utilize the more environmentally friendly proof-of-stake approach to verify transactions. Under this system, only those who own the cryptocurrency can verify transactions. Those who manage proof-of-stake or POS systems are known as forgers. The more of a cryptocurrency they own, the more rewards they can collect for verifying transactions on their computers, which are known as masternodes. Like mining, forging requires technical expertise and special software. Plus, you need to buy a considerable amount of coins to be eligible to forge. In other words, mining and forging are not something that's easy to take up for the casual cryptocurrency investor. Some blockchains use a hybrid that seeks to combine the best elements of proof of work and proof of stake, and it's known as proof of activity, or POA. Proof of work, proof of stake, and proof of activity are all based on consensus, which means that a majority of the network must approve transactions. Once confirmed, these transactions cannot be modified or removed. Because of these features, it is virtually impossible to hack cryptocurrencies to create false transactions or to mint new coins. For example, if someone helping to maintain the database of all Bitcoin transactions changed his own copy of the records to add more Bitcoins to his account, the other computers maintaining the records would see the discrepancy and the changes would be ignored. In order to tamper with a blockchain, a single person would need to control a majority of the network, which is known as a 51% attack. Decentralizing the network across thousands of computers and participants helps ensure that no one individual becomes that powerful. Not to mention, it would be a very costly endeavor to gain that much control. Now, if you're not a miner, you can only get cryptocurrency from someone who already has it. As with traditional money, cryptocurrency can be earned as a payment. For example, some tech companies pay employees in Bitcoin, and thousands of merchants accept Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency can also be purchased on exchanges, or it can be given to you as a gift. Of course, you could also acquire cryptocurrency by creating your own cryptocurrency. Many entrepreneurs have gotten rich that way, but doing so requires technical knowledge or having enough money so that you can hire a savvy developer. And then that's not even the hardest part of creating a cryptocurrency. Launching a successful cryptocurrency also requires giving it a useful purpose, building the infrastructure, maintaining it, and convincing others to buy it. Now, once you've acquired cryptocurrency, you'll be able to generate a private key, which enables you to digitally sign off on all transactions. The key is a long string of randomly generated letters and numbers that are virtually impossible to crack thanks to a strong encryption code base. You can only lose your cryptocurrency if you forget your private key or if someone else knows it and then uses it to steal your cryptocurrency. When sending cryptocurrency, you will be identified only by an alphanumeric identity known as a public key, thus providing pseudo-anonymity. Your real identity can only be revealed if someone knows the public key associated with your name. Thus, you need not to worry about your personal data being shared with third parties. However, if you acquire cryptocurrency on an exchange that follows Know Your Customer guidelines, you can be sure that the government can track down all of your transactions on the blockchain. Besides making transactions, blockchain can also be used to set up agreements or contracts of sorts. For example, if you wanted to buy or rent a property, you could do it through a decentralized blockchain and avoid using banks and real estate brokers and their costly middleman fees. You could pay the home seller or landlord in cryptocurrency. In turn, you'd receive the home deed or digital entry key, which would arrive by a specified date. If the key didn't come on time, the blockchain would release a refund. If the other party sent the key before the rental date, the function would hold it until you paid and the date arrived. The blockchain would record the transaction and provide a receipt you can view online. Disintermediated agreements such as this are known as smart contracts. Blockchain can also be used in many industries where cryptocurrency isn't necessary in transactions. Although Bitcoin is permissionless and public, meaning that anyone can participate in its network and view its ledger, that's not the only way a blockchain can be built. A blockchain can be built that requires permission to view its information, that limits which parties can make transactions, and that sets who can serve as nodes that validate transactions. It should be noted, however, that some blockchain purists don't consider such restricted ledgers to be a bona fide blockchain. In healthcare, patients' records could be encoded and stored on the blockchain with a private key, which would grant access only to specific doctors. This could help ensure that medical privacy laws aren't violated. Another potential application for blockchain is elections. Instead of lining up at polling stations, showing identity, and completing forms, voting could be done securely online. The convenience might help bolster turnout, especially among young people. And because blockchain is more secure than traditional record keeping, it could help allay concerns about foreign governments hacking elections. Blockchain is shaking up more than just money and is already being utilized by many Fortune 500 companies. Walmart, Amazon, and Apple have had a lot of success using blockchain technology to track products. In July 2018, IBM landed a $740 million contract to help implement blockchain tech in Australia's government. If the bubble bursts on the cryptocurrency market, it seems likely that at least the underlying blockchain technology will thrive. As the Wall Street Journal's Christopher Mims predicted in a March 11, 2018 story, blockchain will survive even if Bitcoin doesn't. The latest blockchain applications could bring overdue change to critical, if unsexy, functions in shipping, real estate, and diamonds. As promising as blockchain is, it's not without its flaws. Although cryptocurrency has experienced tremendous growth since its beginning in 2008, it has been suffering through a recession in 2018. This may be attributed in part to cautious investors who are holding back funds until cryptocurrency delivers on its promise. Cryptocurrency needs to make a number of improvements before it can entrench itself deeply into society. Let's cover some of the biggest weaknesses holding it back right now. First, complexity. First of all, blockchain technology is complex. The use of technical computing terms can confuse and deter outsiders, so it requires some focused time and energy to wrap your head around. Not everyone is willing to put in that effort. While there are a plethora of websites and books available to explain it, a 2018 study by personal finance website Finder found that nearly 1/3 of Americans find cryptocurrency too difficult to understand. Second, speculative markets. Traditional investments like stocks and bonds are well developed, regulated, and fairly stable. Cryptocurrency is not. However, due to the potentially disruptive nature of it, people have taken to speculating on the value of the digital economy it might create. Because cryptocurrency markets are still in their infancy and don't operate like traditional investments, they're prone to rapid fluctuation and manipulation. While this can create large rewards, it also presents high degrees of uncertainty for cryptocurrency. Another issue is decentralization. Decentralization is one of the biggest advantages of cryptocurrency, as we've discussed, but it's also one of its biggest weaknesses. When the US stock market or dollar struggles, the government can intervene and attempt to correct it by adjusting interest rates or making tax cuts. By contrast, the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile, perhaps even manipulated by a handful of big investors or whales, and can't be easily corrected. For example, after hitting an all-time high value of nearly $20,000 in December 2017, Bitcoin's value declined sharply to about $6,000 by July 2018. Another issue is irreversibility. To prevent double spending, a transaction can't be reversed by anyone. Not you, not your bank, not police, not Bitcoin's inventor. No one can help you. If something goes wrong with a transaction and cryptocurrency is lost in cyberspace, there's no way to recover it. If a hacker steals cryptocurrency from an online exchange, or if you forget your private key, you won't be able to recover the funds. Scams are rampant, and there's no safety net to protect you. Wastefulness is also an issue. Cryptocurrency networks require a staggering amount of energy to operate. According to a 2017 report by Digiconomist, the amount of energy used annually to mine Bitcoin alone could power 3 million households in the United States. While Bitcoin offers many advantages over traditional means of transaction, it requires 60 times the amount of energy that Visa uses for the many more credit card transactions it processes each year. Next, speed is an issue. Blockchain networks require nodes to operate, but as many cryptocurrencies are new, their networks lack enough nodes to facilitate widespread usage. Backlogs of transactions often build up. Consequently, many networks now charge transaction fees to provide incentives to people to utilize their computers to serve as nodes. Transactions are often prioritized by the amount of fees people are willing to pay to send cryptocurrency, creating a supply and demand scenario. Thus, you get what you pay for. The less you're willing to pay, the longer your transaction will take. That said, the speed of cryptocurrency transactions is improving rapidly. Visa still has the fastest transaction speeds over any other payment network, with 24,000 transactions per second. The fastest cryptocurrency is Nano, which can process about 7,000 transactions per second, and does so free of charge, which makes it faster than PayPal, and cheaper too. Bitcoin, however, processes a measly 7 transactions per second. Finally, there's lots of legal uncertainty surrounding cryptocurrency. Given all these aforementioned issues, regulation rumors have begun to heat up as countries around the world grapple with how to treat cryptocurrency. Some seem welcoming, while others are downright antagonistic. Pakistan, for example, has banned cryptocurrency. The United States, at the time of this video, has no clear cryptocurrency policy other than taxing profits made on investments and a few other regulations. But US officials have said that more regulations are needed. Given that cryptocurrency was created to circumvent the government, it's no surprise that investors tend to react badly to even the mere suggestion of new laws. Cryptocurrency's 2018 recession initially began due to rumors that a ban would be imposed by South Korea, which is one of the top 5 countries for cryptocurrency. As you can see, cryptocurrency right now is more of a great concept than a perfected product. But keep in mind that cryptocurrency is still in the very early stages. Visa was founded in 1958 and has had 60 years to improve and grow its capabilities. If we give cryptocurrency some more time to develop its technology, many of these issues may be fixed. Well, I'm Professor Grabowski, and that's blockchain in a nutshell.